Finally, we got rid of them. Hi everyone, let's talk about the Vampire Diaries Season 8, Episode 10, Nostalgia is a Bitch. Let's start with some quick thoughts, or thought, because I just have one. I expected that the girl that Stefan turned to last a little longer than she did, but it was like literally, you're a vampire, you're dead. And that's the end of my quick thoughts, so let's talk about some of the returns we got this episode. It definitely feels like we're coming to the end of the Vampire Diaries because they have brought back a few characters in this episode in a really clever way by going into Damon's subconscious mind so that even the characters that died can kind of come back. So we got Vicky, who I'll admit I was never a big fan of, so didn't really do much for me. We got Bonnie's grandmother, that was nice. We got Tyler a little bit, because I feel like we barely got him this season, so it was nice to see him a little bit. But more importantly, my favorite is that we saw Caroline's mom. Although it started off pretty nice, it didn't, turn out exactly how Caroline, I guess, would have liked it, because obviously it wasn't really her mom, it was like Damon's subconscious kind of doing it all, but I just love their relationship so much, and it made me sad all over again that she's gone. And since we're already in Damon's subconscious, let's talk about sort of that storyline overall. First of all, the conscious Damon is literally in hell burning up because that's where he feels he has to be. So, if you go into the subconscious, it was kind of a different take on the whole subconscious thing. First of all, Damon wasn't actually a vampire in his subconscious because for him that meant that he hadn't done all these horrible things. What I didn't expect, because I really did think that this was all about people forgiving him, but I never thought that ultimately he wants to be forgiven, but fundamentally he blames Stefan for turning him into a vampire in the first place, which then led him to do all these things. So while he needs forgiveness for what he did, he also needs to forgive Stefan and not continue to blame him for who he has become. So that was interesting. And I also liked the fact that Stefan got pissed a little bit about the fact that he was forgiving him, because you could see that it was affecting him. So when Caroline confronted him at the end, that's why she's saying, I get it now, the only person that can really bring you back is your brother. It's all about the brothers. I mean, the other people can of course help, but it seems like if we're gonna get Stefan back, it's gonna be Damon helped with Caroline. Now let's talk about the bell. So we finally found out what the bell does, and then it definitely does kill a siren, but it does a whole lot more than kill a siren. It just kills everyone. It literally opens like a portal to hell, out of which Cade throws out fire and wipes out everything for miles. So pretty much Mystic Falls was gonna be wiped out. And another interesting twist or kind of different take on things I thought this episode was that Stefan didn't force Matt to ring the bell 12 times, but he did say, either you forgive Damon for killing your sister, or then you have to ring the bell, because it's either one or the other. Although technically, I would still say that that is compelling Matt to actually ring the bell when he doesn't really want to. I feel like that doesn't really count. I was like, there's a loophole. I feel like you can compel him no matter how smart it was. I still don't think that that meant that Matt was a bad person. Although I guess then you could say, well, he has a choice and he can either be the better man and forgive Damon, or he can just condemn everybody to die, hence making him a bad person, hence, he deserves to be in hell. I mean, this whole thing is very complicated, but the point is, I thought it was crazy that his father was literally about to kill him. For a second there, I thought, oh my god, are they gonna kill Matt, like, for real? Because you don't know, this is the final season. I thought, oh, maybe they're just gonna kill him. That would be crazy. But no, Damon saved the day, at the last minute. Which, doesn't really redeem Damon in Matt's eyes, which I get. I don't think he'll ever be able to forgive Damon for killing his sister. But maybe he hates him just a little bit less. Or maybe he's like, okay, well, maybe I don't want to kill you, but I still don't forgive you, kind of thing. Which leads us to talking about sort of how the episode wraps up, because there are quite a few things happening. First of all, Matt going back to being the sheriff, so that's nice. And then I already talked about Caroline, facing the fact that she's probably not going to be able to get Stefan back herself, but she will do anything that she can to get him back, whether it's with Damon or whatnot. And then we had Damon reading or just telling Bonnie what he wrote in his letter to her. I actually realized that we didn't have any Bonnie and Damon moment this season, which of course makes sense because he didn't have his humanity, but I forgot how great these two are together, you know? I really enjoy how the Vampire Diaries has built their relationship over the seasons, and it was nice to kind of give us a reminder, like, you know, they are best friends. Bonnie might have started out hating Damon, but they grew to having a really, really strong friendship, and I think that in addition to him not having his humanity, I think Bonnie was still kind of pissed about him kind of leaving her behind and not saying goodbye. And I don't know, that whole letter, I'll admit, tears, lots of tears were shed. Because it was a good letter. Like, even she's like, damn, that was good. All right, fine. You win, Damon, you win. And then the episode concludes with just giving me what I've been wanting for weeks, is just us getting rid of Sybil and Celine. Although I guess, you know, be careful what you wish for, because now Cade is out, so I'm like, oh, okay, so we don't have Sybil and Celine, that's good. But now we have Cade, which could be a problem. As for the title of the episode, Nostalgia is a Bitch, it's a line that Damon says in season 1, episode 19, Miss Mystic Falls, which you'll notice is actually the same episode that the title was from for last week's episode. So there you go, the more you know. And by the way, I kind of want to go back to the whole trying to bring Stefan back, because one thought I had when I was watching that is, wait a minute, but Stefan's deal with Cade is not over. Why are you trying to bring him back now? Like, okay, you bring back his humanity. He's still gonna have to kill people for Cade, or, you know, bring them to Cade. So shouldn't you kind of let this whole year end for his deal to be done and then try to get him back? Because if you keep him prisoner, then he can't bring Cade people, and Cade is not gonna be happy. So then the only way to stop that, it would be to defeat Cade, but Cade is like the devil, so how do you defeat the devil? That's the question. I don't know. Do you know?